Welcome back to my tips and tutorials section of my YouTube channel. Hopefully you checked out my 5 tips for beginner songwriters. Here's kind of an extension on that topic. This is more geared towards advanced songwriters. So if you think you are not really experienced in this field, I wouldn't really recommend this video quite yet. Check out my first video, the one for beginner songwriters. I think that will be more useful for you. But with that out of the way, let's head on to my 5 tips for advanced songwriters. So one of the things I like to do when I'm writing a song is I like to kind of explore different shapes, chord shapes, that is. So, I mean, sometimes the standard old like C open tuning is fine, but it can be very uninspiring. It can feel a little stale. So sometimes I just like to play around. Like where else does a C kind of sound different? Like maybe up here, maybe higher up on the neck, maybe just a bar chord. I don't know. Maybe something like that. I mean, there's different ways you can kind of play with this. So one cool example is instead of playing like a G open chord, right? Maybe you can go higher up on the neck. It kind of inspires me to do different things. When I'm here on just doing the open tuning, the first position G, I kind of just stick to very basic things. So when I'm down here, I play stuff like this. But when I go up here, when I go higher up on the neck, I want to do something different. It feels different. It feels like I want to go. My ear brings me to different places. So this is what I would do. It's very similar to the first position chord progression, but you can kind of do different intricate things with it. It's just something to keep in mind when you're writing. Try out different chord shapes. You can do it with piano too. There's a whole bunch of inversions and stuff you can do. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind when writing a song, is to use different chord shapes. Another thing that I find really helpful is something I did when I was studying music in college, is I forced myself to listen to other genres of music. So kind of along with what I said in my first video, where I would spend 15 minutes a day songwriting. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with this. I also spent about 15 even to 30 minutes listening to other genres of music, forcing myself to expand what I've been listening to. So, because usually I just stick within the pop punk genre, but I try to get out and listen to like hip hop or rap or classical and just different kind of stuff, because you can pull a lot of inspiration from that. It can spark a lot of creativity, and it's very helpful. I recommend it highly, because you'll learn stuff you'll never know existed. It's very, very helpful. Also, another thing I recommend is buying the music that you're listening to, because it actually forces you to appreciate it even more. Another tip I would recommend is to collaborate. It's fine to kind of get into your own groove and write your own songs, and that's good. There's a time and place for that. But I think when you collaborate, you learn from others and you draw inspiration from others, just like when you listen to other different genres of music. So collaborate as much as possible and you will learn so much, I promise you. My 4th tip is also to write on different instruments. I'm primarily a guitar player, but I also like to stretch myself. I like to go onto percussion. I like to go onto pianos and just all sorts of different things, because if you just stick to one instrument, you're going to be kind of writing the same thing over and over, and it's better to kind of branch out and play different things, so you have just different variety in the songs you write. It will be more entertaining for the people that are listening to you, and it'll be more fun for you to play. My fifth and final tip is kind of a more expansive and more time-consuming thing to get into, but I would say if you really, really want to become a good songwriter and really make this a thing that you strive to be good at, is to learn how to record, mix, and master your own music. There is a lot of things that you can do within creating your own music through a digital audio workstation. So things such as like Pro Tools or Cubase or even Sonar, Cakewalk Sonar. Just working within that, learning how to craft your own music, you learn different things. You learn different things such as panning and how to play with plugins and effects. It's just kind of, it opens your eyes to how different songs can sound. So there's a lot of different things you can look for, like on YouTube, such as guides on how to even get into learning how to mix and master and record your own music. I highly suggest you research this topic because I found it very beneficial. I started getting into this sort of thing when I was a freshman in high school, and I just been collecting recording gear since then, and it's been immensely helpful. So definitely look into that. I could not recommend it any more. So these were tips more geared for advanced songwriters, just because they kind of dive deeper into the subject of songwriting rather than just touching surface level topics. So I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know what else you would have wanted me to touch on. Do you have any tips that you want to share with others that I didn't cover? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you at the movies.